Sarah. Look at this color match. Oh my gosh.
Thank you for having me so much. I mean, I'm super duper amazed. Thanks for choosing me.
And welcome to Aging But Dangerous. We are so proud to have you. You're so smart, good looking,
Thank you.
inspiring, and that's everything
Thank
we want
you.
to have right now. I think the people need personalities like you, strong,
Oh,
powerful, confident, and that's really
yes,
something
ma'am.
that is welcome to this world. Welcome to Aging
Well,
But Dangerous. Hey,
thank
you
you.
just
Thank
turned
God.
50. How do you feel
Yes,
about it?
I love it. I love 50 because 40 to 50 was a pivotal point in my life. So reaching 50, I'm like, damn, girl, you look good. And I'm loving it. Like, I just feel like I'm living my best life. And that's what I love the most about being 50 is living in my truth, living my authentic self, not caring what other people think or say or how they feel, but me being okay with me loving me. Because really, that's what it's all about. And that's what we have to offer to the world. So I'm super dope excited about age 50. I can't wait to see everything that takes place after
Oh,
now.
how was the transition? When did you decide to make that step? What's happened in your life? Did you
You
really
know,
find, I want to feel me? I want to find myself. I want to feel self-confident.
you know what? I was married for 16 years.
Wow.
So about age 40, that's when I started to slowly transition mentally. But then when I decided to divorce, right, I hired me a trainer, not just a trainer, but a fine trainer.
Oh, hard fitness trainer.
Yes. And it was on and popping. I couldn't wait to get on that treadmill.
And you lost the weight, huh?
I did. I actually went from 186 to 128.
Wow.
Um, no surgery, no anything, just change of diet and exercising. And I didn't know that I could do that. So for the last 10 years, I've really been maintaining my health and maintaining my life. And I think losing that weight and coming out of an unhealthy situation, marriage, that I just decided I'm going to be me. I'm going to love all of me and embrace her. And I think that increased my confidence. Um, and then just learning to be happy within. You know, after the divorce, I had a lot of time to reflect and to think about me and to party like a rock star from Thursday to Sunday. Um, and just rediscovery of self, you know, and a lot of people didn't understand. So I had to cut a lot of people off. And that included family and even friends because I needed to know her again. And when I speak of her, I'm talking about her, the heart of her. You know, I knew my body, but I'm talking about my heart, what made me thrive and smile and laugh. You know, during the course of the marriage, I forgot how to dance. So I had to relearn how to dance. You're probably saying, okay, a Black woman who can't dance? Yes, I forgot to dance. I was going to church all the time, okay? I knew how to shout,
Yeah.
but I did. But just relearning that was it was a great experience and listening to music, just being in tune with spirit, being in tune with their creator and putting down religion and picking up spirituality and, you know, just sitting and just meditating and talking to God and just listening for my next step in my next direction. So here I am now.
Were you always that positive?
No, I think I lost myself. I think those 16 years, I totally lived an unauthentic life, to be honest. Yes, I was going to church. Yes, I was pastoring, co pastoring with my husband. But I think I hated some parts of me. And I think I hated some parts of me because I was allowing certain situations to take place. Here I am, educated. I was heavy, but I was still beautiful. And I'm like, why am I staying here? Like, why am I succumbing to this treatment? You know, like a lot of times we stay in situations that are unhealthy based on what other people think we should be doing or how we should be living. But honey, once I broke free, one could tell me anything, and I really broke free. Um, and that's where I get the name Madam Butterfly from, and my tribe is called Butterflies because I was in such a dark place. You know, I remember like just sitting in the shower on the floor, on the, you know, the base of the shower, and just like, why me? But in the why, what I love is that I can really help women now. You know, I can change lives. I can have compassion on those women who are going through situations that were similar to mine. And I can say, it's okay, girlfriend, get up, like shake the dust off your feet, get some more frogs, and you will be okay. Be that beautiful butterfly, like go through the metamorphosis, go through the transition, come out one wing at a time, be beautiful, fly, flap your wings, and then land on a leaf, take your rest, and then take flight again. But be beautiful while you're doing it. Be gracious. You know, don't be an angry woman. Because so many women come out of situations and they become the bitter woman. You don't have to be bitter. You can smile and move forward, you know, but in that smiling, that means that some healing has to take place. I don't want people to wear masks, but I want you to get your authentic smile back, you know, show those pretty pearly white teeth, you know, and just live, be free. That's my whole thing. Living authentic and being free. And so many women are afraid to just be free. And it's like, girlfriend, this is the best experience you'll have. Like, come on, be free. You know, but some people don't want freedom. And it reminds me of during slavery when the master would tell the slaves, okay, you can leave, but then they stay. Because guess what? It was familiar. They didn't have to do the work. They knew the lay of the land. They knew what they were responsible for. But being free means that it's change and that you have to rediscover who you are and discover who you are. So I'm like this. Take them shackles off of me, baby. And let
Yes,
me
amen. You also mentioned, sorry, you also mentioned it's very important to leave the old habits, to leave sometimes even good friends
yes.
and family members, and to make that cleaning process. Why
Yes.
is
And you
that
know,
so important?
I think it's so important because so many people and their ideologies will hold us back
Mhm.
because they aren't free, so they don't want you to be free. So sometimes you have to leave some people behind, and it's okay. I tell people and teach people some people are for a season, and some people are for the long haul. And you just have to know what they are. And it's okay. Even if they're seasonal people, you don't have to be bitter and angry at them. It's like what I use in relationships, what Ariana Grande says, thank you. Next. It's okay. I appreciate everything about you, but my journey is going to continue without you, you know, because having you around might hinder me from living my best life. And I actually just went through that. So it's okay. It's okay.
You know the life that we know, our moms, our grandmas, it was everything a little bit boring. I mean, staying at home, getting kids, taking care of the house, household, husband, and whatever. Look at these new generations. I mean, they're getting crazy. Hey, they're riding motorcycles, wearing a fancy clothes, starting new business, new relationship. What's going on?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love it because they're being authentic. They're living on purpose early. They're finding their truth early. A lot of them are so connected and in tune with spirit, where my generation and above, we were taught by religion. Good girls don't do this. Good girls don't do that. And we had so many restraints and we were shackled, mentally, to not be able to move and thrive. But these young girls are killing it. Sometimes, I feel stuck, to be
Not even
honest.
young, not even young girls.
Well, a lot of the young girls, and when I say young, I'm talking about 20s and 30s, like they got it.
Yeah, but I don't talk about 20 or 30s. I'm talking really about ladies of 50s, 60s. They're starting new, so brave.
Okay. Now, maybe my tribe just hasn't gotten it all. They're learning,
Mhm.
and especially the ones that I'm coaching. But when I look at the women who follow me, sometimes I'm like, are they getting it? Like, I want them to get it. But then some of them are so bound by traditions that it's hard to knock those walls down, even though you keep going and you keep plowing and you keep hitting. Sometimes it gets frustrating because I'm like, are they getting it? So when I speak of the Generation Zs and the millennials, I identify with them.
Uh,
And I've felt stuck for a very long time, to be honest. Because when we speak of women 50 and older, I felt a lot of times I couldn't identify with the things that they were dealing with, or them not being able to have fun and like go to a nude beach or, just stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, here I am, I'm here, and they're looking at me like, this is a wild child. Like, where'd you come from? So I'm able to identify with the young ones who are like, okay, we're going away and we're going to go to the nude beach and we're going to experience the best life. And I like that kind of stuff, to be honest.
what? I was just looking for the information. There is a study, really, indeed. There is a study that confirms, like
Mhm.
scientific study, that
Okay.
confirms that every one of us, we have some number in our head. Like,
Okay.
we have the real age, but all of us, we have some kind of number. And most of people feel even much younger. And this
I
connect.
feel 27.
Do you have number? Do you
That's
have?
my age. That's my age. I always tell my children and people I'm 27. Like my daughter's 30. I'm like, how are you older than me? And they're like, Mom, like, don't flirt with my friends. Don't respond to them. Don't, you know, because I can't identify with my numerical age.
Yes.
I just feel young at heart, young at spirit, young at body, young at sense of humor, young in spirit. And that's just who I am, So I don't know what my mother and them knew, at age 50, because I look totally different than what my mother looked like at age 50 or what my grandma did. Like, I'm not her. My mother is very sharp, but I'm very sexy, so just the whole difference in that. She's like, oh, I would never have my breast out. And I'm like, well, you're not me. I do. You know, it's okay, Mom. You know, so I don't identify with 50. I identify with 27.
I also heard in Morocco, there are some region like, where they have no clock, no calendar. Really, they don't count this time that we
Oh,
count.
wow.
And there was a lady visiting that place, and she asked another lady from originally from Morocco, "Why? How old are you?" She said, "Well,
Mhm.
who cares? I don't know.
Right.
I get up in the morning, I do my stuff, and day after day, I feel strong, feel powerful. I think that's also
Wow.
good, maybe good way of thinking. Like,
I
like,
love that. I think like that, but I know my birthday's coming. And I think that
present time.
I think I celebrate 50 because in my 20s, I looked much older than what I look now.
Wow.
And my mother, she would always say to me, "You dress like an old lady." Back then, yes. And I didn't realize it until I changed and I look at previous pictures and I'm like, who is that? Like my ex-husband sent me a photo and I was like, who's that? It was me.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, wow. Like I really didn't know. And I'm like, why didn't someone tell me? But I'm glad they didn't at that point because, honey, I would have gave my husband a run for his money. You
how your
know,
previous experience prepared you for aging? Can you
I
think
think
that?
I think that the things that I have endured prepared me for maturity. So,
Oh,
not necessarily for aging, but being mentally matured, where not only I can help myself, but I can help other people. So, again, I don't identify with a lot of things that 50 and above might identify with because I feel like I'm 27 and I really think that I'm 27. But I understand everything that I've gone through has led me to this path of greatness at age 50. And when I talk about greatness, I'm not talking about looks and anything like that. I'm talking about my mental
mhm.
because it was so damaged before. And I'm glad that I took the opportunity to be healed, to go through 6 years and 6 years of coaching and 6 years of counseling simultaneously, where I was actually kicked out of both, you know, and I'm like, no, I want to stay. And they're like, no, you need to go. You're happy now. I'm like, no, but I want to stay. Let's talk about business. And they're like, no, we're not. I'm not a business therapist, but that whole coaching and therapy experience was so amazing. It was so beneficial. It was so a part of my healing to move me and to catapult me to a different place in space.
Is
So,
it
yeah,
important, or how important is to spend time with yourself during that process?
self love and self care. But it also worked because sometimes people could say things that trigger different results in you and trigger those results quickly as opposed to over time. Um, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to experience both and then going back to get my coaching certificates as well. I was doing it for a very long time and then having the opportunity to have pastored before too. Um, but to understand what people are going through and to have compassion because so many people don't have compassion because they can't identify with other people and what they're going through. So I welcome everything that has happened to me from childhood to now because it helps to paint a picture, of who I am. So,
Beautiful. And you also believe it's possible to create the life you want.
oh, absolutely. Um, I believe that everything is a mindset. Some people don't. really want to speak about that and manifesting. Yes, manifesting takes hard work sometimes, but guess what? Manifesting sometimes means that the universe brings things to you too, brings opportunities to you too. And my perfect example of that is back in 2016. I was looking at my dream board, what people consider vision boards, and it said that I wanted to be able to do 100 push-ups. I wanted to sculpt my body, and I wanted a tummy tuck, right? So on that day, July 26, 2016, within an hour, somebody contacted me on Facebook and said, looking for a celebrity to come to Spain, 3 months, will train you, physically train you, um, and help you lose weight. So I said, okay, well, who do you want? And they were like, well, we don't know. I said, well, what's your budget? They said, we don't have one. We can't pay anyone, but we can house them, we could feed them, and we can train them. And I said, okay, if I can find somebody, I'll let you know and circle back. So I'm laying on a bed and Spirit says to me, you're a local celebrity in Atlanta based on your show, Preacher's Exes. I said, okay. So I went back to them. I'm a local celebrity in Atlanta based on a show, Preacher's Exes. I said, I don't need to lose weight. I would like to sculpt my body. Bam. I saw that they read it. They didn't respond. So I said, hey, are you interested? They said, we're talking about it now. So that was July 26, 2016. October 1st, 2016, I was in Spain for 3 months till January with these people I didn't know, training. And my body was cut. But the crazy thing, before going, people were saying, well, do you think you're going to be catfished or? And I was like, I don't know. So one day in Philadelphia, I'm at the gas station and the lady behind me was so beautiful. I got out the car and I said, ma'am, I just wanted to tell you how beautiful you are. And
Oh,
she said, thank you. So I got back in my car, I'm driving off, and her husband comes out the gas station and he's running, like running after my car. And he says, ma'am, the Spirit says it's okay for you to go. And that was my answer. And that soothed every doubt, every anything that I had that people had put into my psyche about me going. And going to Spain was one of the most pivotal moments in my life. And my body was ripped. Oh my God. It's still
oh
pretty
my
good, but
God, I'm
I was
sorry.
there and experienced another culture and I was near the ocean. It's called Alicante, Spain. And I did it. And Spirit brought that to me. I didn't do anything. I just laid there and said, how we going to do this? You know? So I didn't get my stomach done, but I got my titties done over there. So
Oh my God. But tell me, please, is there anything like that surprised you about maturing, about the aging?
anything that surprised me, I don't think anything surprises me, but the one thing that I don't really like are those hot flashes.
I heard it so often. I really do.
Some days I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hot, I'm cold, and I'm a snuggly person and I want my husband to be all over me, but like after maybe 30 seconds, I'm like, get off, just like, so for,
Tell
for
me,
what
what positive effects do you see about the aging?
maturity level, just the whole maturity level and the self-love and the self-care and being able to care for other people as well. It's not all about me. It's about what I could give into my space, into the lives I touch. And that's what it's all about because I know that one day I'm not going to be here, right? So everything in me has to go. Every gift, every talent, every anything has to be deposited into someone else so that they can take the torch and they could run and then I can rest in peace.
Beautiful. Hey, Sharon, I have to ask you about your book. You wrote a
Yeah.
beautiful book. And yes, and look at that cover. It's you on
Oh,
it.
thank you. Yes.
It's 134 reasons why you can't find a man. Tell me a little bit about it.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
so interesting topic.
It's an interesting topic because so many women think that there are men that are unavailable or they're not available to them. And me being married 5 times, I'm like, honey, you can't get a man. What? Like all these great men out here, and you can't get one. What's wrong with you? So, what the book is it's really a self help book, and I don't know. Let me see. I didn't want to put something too dangerous on here. You don't compromise, right? So,
Kind of journal.
right, it's a book and a journal. So you don't compromise. Why don't you compromise? Did someone do something so wrong to you that you're like, no one's going to ever take away from me again? You know, and I know some women who have been through divorce where they actually had to pay alimony or, you know, their 401k. And they're like, oh no, no one's coming in here taking my stuff again. So maybe they don't compromise because they've been through that situation. But going into a relationship, you have to be vulnerable again. If you really want to be in a relationship, some people are okay, you know, being single, and some people are okay with just having someone to make you feel good for a few moments and then you send them home. But some people really want love in a relationship,
Yeah.
okay? When you want that, you have to become vulnerable to someone and you have to let your guard down because what I know is hurt people and broken people break people. So the book really is for you to look in your mirror and self reflect and deal with the issues within so that you can move on successfully in a healthy and positive relationship. So that's what the book is about. It's really not about finding a man. It's about, honey, you need to get your shit together. hmm And you need to heal and you need to move forward so that you can be in a beautiful relationship if that's what you desire.
Amen.
Amen, girl.
Yeah. But tell me, you always stress on that whole way of processing, of moving, of changing. It's very important to have self-love. Oh, I love that word so much. Self-love,
Yes.
self-care. How do you explain this?
To me, self love is different for everyone, as is self care. Self love for me is getting my butt up and going to the gym. Self love for me is eating healthy. Self love for me is not drinking that margarita or like that third margarita so I can like shift into my other person. Um, you know, and self love is like, no, honey, we're only sticking to two. So self love means something different for us all. So we have to know what that means to us. Self love could be getting up in the morning and meditating. Self love could be saying your affirmations about how beautiful you are, how strong you are, or how positive or happy you are. That's part of my self care right there. Um, and self love is listening to people on YouTube that inspire me and encourage me and change my life and helps my psyche to grow.
Mhm.
That's self love to me. Now, self love to someone else might be going to the spa and getting a facial and making sure your nails are done and things like that. So it's what it is to you. There are no right and wrong answers for self love. Self care is the same thing, you know, so self care takes us into self love. My self care is getting my nails done and My self-care is putting my collagen on my face, so that things stay tight. Yeah. Self-love or self-care to me is also making sure that thing down there is nice and smooth. So it just depends.
But is it easy to change that mindset, to switch from, oh, I don't feel really like I take care of myself, to really take care of yourself?
For most people, it's very hard to switch because it's something that they haven't practiced for years or for 30 days or 21 days, as they say, you develop a habit in 21 days. I know I started shaving my legs at age 40. Okay. And I started shaving my legs at age 40 because my daughters were like, you don't shave your legs? What? But I was taught that hair on your legs is sexy, like from a little girl. So it was something I didn't do. But once I started, based on a conversation with my children, it became part of my routine and part of my norm, so that became part of my self care, but some people are afraid of change. Something so small as that. What will people think? I might cut myself, Um, but change is good. We're changing now. The whole world is changing. We had to change. We had to pivot because of the coronavirus. Some people did it graciously and successfully, and then other people are still stuck in woe is me. What am I going to do? But when your psyche has shifted and you open yourself up to the universe to receive, then you will find instructions and get instructions, and your life could
Oh, I like
be
that.
better. You know, um, During the Spanish flu of 1918, that's when Madam C.J. Walker became a multimillionaire. So it's in hard times where creativity is birthed and businesses are birthed and change comes and we're doing things differently. So I look at this noun season as a beautiful season to reinvent self,
Well,
to
thank you so much.
experience some new things, to sit with your loved ones and talk, something that most of us haven't done in years. Just sit and talk. How are you today? That's one thing that I teach my coaching clients. Ask people, how are you? Something basic can change someone's life. Encourage people to smile because a smile can prevent someone from committing suicide on that day.
Yes.
A simple smile, a simple how are you can mean I care. I care about your well being. I care about how you're feeling. I'm opening up my space for you to tell me how you really are. And that's what I love about now is that some people have learned to care again, have learned the basics. How are you? I love you. So we're in a great space and time. We can look at this period of time where the glass is half empty, or we can look at it where it's half full. And I'll tell anybody, mine's is always half full. I don't give a darn what has happened. It's always going to be half full. I give myself 48 hours to grieve anything. So if I'm hurting, I might kick, cry, roll on the floor, cuss, keep repeating the story. But guess what? At the 48th hour, I'm getting back on that horse and I'm riding it again.
Oh, yes. Woohoo. Tell me, can you finish the statement, the sentence, aging but dangerous? What does it mean for you? I mean, you're pretty free spirit, self-confident, but tell me, what does it mean, aging but dangerous?
Aging but dangerous. Um, I'm living my best life now. And I still embrace my best life then. Aging but dangerous.
Oh, thank you so much. You
Thank
also
you.
believe in energy. You believe in
I
energy
do.
that it's very important, even not only to change the energy, but also to take care of it. Like you just
Yeah.
said, to spread it, to share it, to change the
Yes.
energy of your people, like around.
Yes.
But it's also interesting what you said. The money is energy. I know lots of women have a
Yes.
problem with it, to charge, just to write an invoice, to bill. Like, how do you see that?
Money is energy and it's meant to be circulated. And money is actually a female energy. Um, so if I'm holding my fist tight, nothing in, nothing out. But when I release it to come back to me. So we have to invest in ourselves. Okay. So it could be investing in a life coach, it could be investing in a book, it could be investing in makeup, it could be investing in breast or a butt. I didn't invest in a butt.
Go
But
figure.
no, I have enough. I have enough. Um, and I get on that Stairmaster. So it's really pumped up.
Oh, perfect.
So
Okay.
we have to understand that when we release it, it's going to come back. So don't be so tight with it because nothing in and nothing out. And a small investment can change your whole life. A small investment can make you see things differently. A small investment could catapult your business. A small investment can introduce you to the right people at the right time. A small investment can open some doors that you normally wouldn't get into. So release the energy, release the money, let it flow out and let it also come back. It's okay. It's okay. Write the check. It's okay. I had to learn that. And the more I release it, the more it comes back. When spirit tells me to give to a certain entity or a person, I do it because I know spirit has me. Spirit is so much greater than what we see. And if we just allow ourselves to be open, we can experience so much more in this life that will take us somewhere that we never thought we can go.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, really,
Oh,
for your
thank you.
wisdom that you share with us, for
Yes, ma'am.
being a part of Aging But Dangerous, and
Yes.
supporting really that amazing process of maturing, of getting smarter, stronger, and
Yes.
healthier, even healthier. Thank you
Yes.
so much. And I
Oh,
so
thank you,
we'll
ma'am.
have you and see you much more often, and we'll be able to share even more of you.
Oh, well, I so appreciate the opportunity. I'm just excited to see where the organization is going to go. And this interview was so phenomenal. And namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you so much.
Have a blessed one now. Bye bye.
Bye bye.